Keep it cold in here. Keep it cold in here.
Keep it frosty in here. Keep it frosty in here.
It's just so hot outside. Make sure you turn your volume down.
It's miserable hot outside. Miserable. Downright disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Took the boys to the pool. Dipped my legs in the pool. That felt good. They started splashing me. That felt good.
See, we got viral music, virus music. I can't help but to call you viral beats. Thomas Yan, Andy Fireblade Musa, and a bunch of lurking gherkins out there who just don't want to comment, but they here to support Monkey Island, baby. Let's go.
They don't want to comment because they don't give up.
Okay.
They don't give a
They don't give a I don't even know why I did that shit.
Shit was funny as hell though. Neighbor invited me and the kids over. Well, we asked to go to the pool today. And he said, yeah, my cousins are going to be over there. If you don't mind. 3 drunk women. I said, well, shit. Nah, we just going to go over there and swim. I don't mind at all.
Don't mind at all.
But the boys, you know, and I'm telling them there's someone there. And me, I get a little bit of anxiety because I'm like, we got to share the pool with somebody. But the boys are like, yeah, we're going to go swim. So they just go. They say, hey, yeah, my name's Keaton and Cole. They jump right in. They having a grand old time. Big old adult over here is just like, what do I say? What do I do?
It's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable. And I don't know why I'm not like the kids and just can readily jump into an environment and just be good with it. Don't second guess. Don't overthink it. Just I'm in the moment.
Yeah. Just be like, hi, how you doing, Lamar?
Yeah, no, blockers came up immediately. Self-confidence, all kind of just like, okay, there's people here. How do we act? What do we do?
It's something to be said when you meet somebody for the first time too.
Yeah, that's true too. Well, you don't know your limit. You don't know the lines.
You don't have your footing in the muck.
Yes, you got to get their personality so you know what kind of jokes you can tell if you're a joking type of person. You have to set that up for your audience, if you will.
Yeah, the mystery of you don't know who you're going to engage.
Right.
Is a very, I don't know, man. It could be a fun thing or it could be like one of the worst things you've ever done.
Luckily for me, it was a great thing. These girls are fun. They're outgoing. They're to the age where they don't give a fuck. And I can appreciate it.
Right.
Yeah, they're fun.
Right. I know it for some reason it is hard to like start up a conversation, especially when you're just used to being at home more times than not. You entertain yourself and a person that looks just like you. And you're good with it. You're good in that world.
That's funny. That's funny you would say that.
It isn't until we have to leave the world we constructed and go back to the real world.
That's being co-created. Yeah, right.
Because you're dealing with so many different ideas.
Yeah, it's a co-creation. It's a co-creation, my guy. Your piece is here. It's fine. Synchronicity would have it. She said, I bet you guys didn't really have to struggle for friends because I was talking about you. Because you guys got each other.
Yep.
You don't have to worry about fitting in. You have a shield, a comfort zone.
And looks just like me. What better friend? Brother, playmate.
Yeah, there you go. A best friend. Those help. Shit, you get a best friend with you in the wrong atmosphere, in the wrong type of environment. You'll see what that best friend is really worth.
I mean, it's nice having somebody that looks just like you and knows everything you know. There's little conversations based on bullshit.
Yes.
Because we can just be like, no, it's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
I was there with you yesterday.
Yes.
Did you forget?
Yes.
We can't have shooting the shit conversations.
No. But if we have a best friend now, we can shoot the shit with that individual. Yeah. Has anybody had a friend who left them in a real tight situation, like maybe a knife fight or like a gun battle or Maybe like
Damn, I hope not a gun battle.
maybe you went to the bar and was these women said they look like this and they didn't look like that, and maybe he just left your ass with them so you could sort it out yourself. You ever have a friend? What I'm trying to say is just go astray.
Answer that.
I'm trying to think if we had a friend that left us astray. Alex, we just talked about that bitch yesterday.
He left us just
didn't
raw.
we? He was a crooked son of a bitch.
Trying to get this chat up.
Andy, Thomas, you guys got friends like that? Virus? What kind of friends you got? Yeah, Andy says, nah, just be you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he just lost a best friend, and it hurts like hell. We lost 2 best friends last year, and it hurts like a son of a bitch. I'm going to tell you that right now. Steve Johnson and Trayvon, a.k.a. Risky Sawyer. 2 of our, we're 47 now. We're 26, 25 when we met. 20-year-long relationship best friends. Lost 2 of them.
Gone.
And within months of each other.
Gone to the dust.
So if anybody understands that shit, Andy, you're looking at it right here. Times 2.
You know, it's weird when you get to the age of you start losing your friends.
Oh, there's
an age you get into where you just start losing friends.
But I don't know, is that okay? Hear me out on this. Could that be a stigma, or could it be the individual's?
It's the facts.
Could it be the individual's circumstance and good old luck about the shit?
Yeah.
Because you could be 20 and lose a lot of people.
I guess you're right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It becomes subjective at some point.
It's pure circumstance then.
Because what about the ones that may outlive us and we never lose that type of friend?
Right.
We lost 2, granted.
Right.
But who's to say we're going to be around to lose the others? Isn't that kind of ironic? You have that kind of confidence that your life is going to be guaranteed the next day, the next 2 days.
In a weird way, I don't know why that is, though. Like, in a weird way, you're confident enough to go, I got another 10 years.
Right. How do you know?
I guess, if we break that down psychologically, we're playing the game and we know the circumstances.
Right.
We know that we're on a time system. We know that every time we wake up, it takes some time off your day. We know that we have to get up, function some kind of way in society. That sometimes looks like 8 to 12 hours, depending on what you do for work. Then you have to spend some time to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to spend some time to get home. That's on the road. That's 30 minutes of time.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get home. Most of us who are in the field like this, you make dinner, you have small chit chat.
Mm-hmm.
Then you sleep for about 6 to 8 hours if you're lucky. And then when you stop to look at just 1 week, how much time do you really have for yourself? You don't realize it till you get into your mid 40s, 50s. Next thing you know, some of your friends died off.
But and that's the whole beauty of I want to say growing.
Everything gets calculated. Everything
Right.
goes under scrutiny.
Right. Because you're growing at that point. It's not until, like you said, when you got a little wisdom up under you, you notice, man, where did all those days go? And why was I never in the mind state that I am now? Because I was growing through it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not guaranteed shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Andy, though. That's
It's
wild.
It's wild. It's tough.
It's some strange times we're living in where we're lucky enough to still be alive, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that makes me think I'll be here around 10 years. I know it.
And
I know
Thomas says, what does my boy Thomas says? And work takes the most energy of ourselves.
it does.
Right? It
Takes the best of us. It takes our art from us. It takes our creativeness from us, and we're forced to suppress it and focus in on someone else's job that someone else built, that you're now dependent on, helping them with their dream. And I kind of wonder, when does one step back and go, okay, I can't keep supporting someone else's dream. Granted, we all need to work together, but some of us have dreams to build businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And how does that look with your time? I think that looks far better with your time.
I don't know, because I look at people that recently we've come to know, that we come to know, like T Sketch and her wife. They run multiple restaurants, and just by their chat, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, they're busy. Mm-hmm. Because they have a lot to do to maintain this restaurant. It's not like,
and it's not just one, it's
right?
Multiple.
It's different if they were to a position where they had lower management that could take care of all that, and all they would have to do is come in every now and then and just do some oversight. Mm-hmm. That's one thing where you have all this time to yourselves. But when you're running a business with probably minimal help, I'm going to assume, you're in it because you want your business to thrive. You're working, and not only just the normal, 9 to 5, but it's an everyday hustle.
Yeah.
That's trading it in for, I think, I would kind of think of a different stress, right? Because then you have to maintain it. You got to make sure you bring in the revenue. God forbid something happens. I hope my restaurant makes it. I hope the people like. You got all this shit going on in your mind. Mm-hmm. You just elevated the game a little bit.
And she and not only that, but she comes home, and they're both artists, but she'll spend like 6 hours,
7 hours on beats
in her studio.
Yeah.
So I mean,
she's making time.
The trade is there.
Yeah.
If you make time for it.
But that just goes to show you can even run a business and do music. You could still do the things you love to do. But man.
Viral said it. I didn't do any music when I was working as a janitor. The job also cost me 5 years of my life and permanent spinal issues. And that's another gamble. Mm-hmm. That's another thing.
Right.
And I don't think people realize, despite all these things, how well, if you're still alive today, we're playing a excellent game of life.
Yeah.
Like we're going for like top prize. We're going for high score.
Yeah, we trying to level this bad boy up, this avatar up. So when we say, Steve, when you are losing people like we are and like the rest of the world, and we all take things differently, at the end of the day, we always have to reflect and go, my God, we're playing a magnificent game of life.
What's up, Crazy Rabbit?
Because we're still here. We still get to grieve. We still get to be angry. We still get to be in love. We still get the chance to hate people and judge people.
Could you imagine not having one of your human senses? Could you imagine that? Or an emotion, or the remembrance of a lost one, to know what love is and what.
Like just to have those emotional senses.
What anger is, what disruption does, what
that makes us robots, my guy. That means we're on some sort of autopilot. We're on some sort of conscious, maybe not even conscious, aware autopilot.
I think everyone's life is as perfect as it's going to be. If that sounds weird, so be it. But where you are right now, despite all of your decisions,
despite what you're going through,
good or bad, it led you here. So was there ever anything to complain about? Was there ever any time lost when we were learning, and we're still learning as people?
Right.
Can we even consider that we've lost time Or, I mean, I can understand you're losing time to someone else's dream. You're losing your time in a dead-end job where you didn't even want to go that direction, and you have other dreams of doing something else that's worth your time. But do we really lose
Time.
and understanding and knowledge of self?
Or do we just lose the moment? I mean, that's if you take time out the equation and you're just living in the moment, these are just moments of time.
Mm-hmm.
You're not losing anything because it doesn't exist. It's just the passage of one's avatar, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, and it's it's a lineage, it's a history, and you can use it
right as markers,
as a tool,
bookmarkers.
But to live your life by it,
that's a rough one.
It's a 50-50 thing for me.
What did Steve said something, I forgot to read it. He said, or Andy, my bad. Andy says, where did it go, Andy? Well, I'm living my life every day like it's my last from now on. Gonna be nonstop fun, frolics, and happiness.
Viral B says, there is no such thing as of wasted time. So as long as we're learning.
Damn, isn't that what I'm just talking about? See, Viral, that boy.
That's why I contemplate this a lot. And so when people say, this is a waste of my time, I feel like there's a learning moment you just ignored. Now, granted, if you're in a superstore and you're in a long line, someone of a different mindset might say, this is a waste of my time.
Right.
But it isn't. You're buying groceries.
Right.
You're witnessing people around you. This is live TV.
Yeah.
This is reality
this is reality.
Here. And who knows what you may stumble upon throughout the day.
And God bless this guy. This guy. Okay.
That line might have saved you from an accident when you left the grocery store. There's so many variables.
If you want to say this is a waste of time.
Right.
My God.
The construct behind it.
Everything is like every little simple thing is probably important. Everything that you do, how long it takes you to brush your teeth, put your socks on. Like I'm accruing everything.
Right.
Yes.
Roy said, each instance of us is a change to improve upon the last. Word.
And you have an opportunity to do that. Every day is a choice. I forgot where I read this. I think it was a Panda Express fortune cookie.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just saying it said like, don't forget, remember, happiness is a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was like one of the most non-generic, most profound fortunes out of a sweet ass cookie,
right?
That a man could get. If you are in tune and you sat there and you read that fortune, you're like, yeah, happiness ain't something I can just walk into or like a brand new pair of shoes.
I got to go out there and start practicing this shit. That's what I got to do.
It's a damn choice. You got to choose to be happy. You have to choose to love somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't wake up and just be like, I love this person. No, that's a choice. It's crazy as hell. But you don't have a choice is when your ass expire. I mean, you do. But for the normally sane people, shit, 2 hours could be the winning ticket.
You just don't know. And I think that's a beautiful thing in itself.
It is, man, because it keeps you in the game. It keeps you hopefully not becoming too stagnant and not being a victim of your situation.
Mm-hmm. Here's something I thought about. I look at fortune cookies. This is for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I look at fortune cookies as a reminder of who you are as a human.
Right.
When you read those things, to me,
it's
a reminder of who I aspire to be, who I want, who I know I should be, and this is being a good person.
It's like moral suggestions. You're like
Right.
opening up, oh, it's a suggestion. I mean, it says you can win the lottery or stop.
Yeah, I often wonder about that rabbit. No matter how much we want to try and prove, our bodies are still breaking down. And you know what that reminds me of is, I'm going to get a little bit of esoteric here. You come from the ether, you experience a dimension that is in the third world structure. And you try to learn and understand as much as humanly possible for your avatar and experience as much as possible for as long as possible. Some of us don't have long at all. Shit, some of us enter the world and we're gone immediately. What's to be experienced?
Right.
And there's just something to be said about that.
Oh,
After you've learned what you've learned and you've acquired what you've acquired, you start to decay. And that decay process comes with more knowledge, more understanding, more wisdom. And then you regress into this, I don't know, the wife calls it back to the infant stage.
you start to shit yourself.
If you're lucky enough, you live to an old age where
You're wearing diapers and you shit yourself.
and you're drinking in shores all day.
You shit and piss yourself, and some beautiful young CNA is going to come and clean your nasty ass. Or maybe your loved one will do it. But that's the way you're going out. Baby food, shitting and pissing yourself.
But who's to say, after that process, there's another process, and we're not tied to these bodies. I am literally 75% in, 25% out.
Yeah.
I don't know what makes me 25% out. I guess it's just
The true unknown.
the true unknown, a little bit of skeptical.
You know what I say? I say it's okay to believe in a little bit of something because it ain't going to hurt. What's it going to hurt? What's it going to hurt? The dice will be rolled 50-50, either or either, brethren, when your time comes. Anybody just ever wake up and go, okay, I realize that, man, everyone around me is passing away. I probably don't have much time left on this planet.
Jervis says, believe in the tank. Hey, Jervis, I sent you a
I believe in the tank.
I sent you a DM. Did you want to hop on with us today? Or
Shit, I believe. Yeah, beat your ass in here, Jervis. Jason,
maybe not.
I believe
But
deeply
maybe
in the
so.
tank. In the taint.
Believe in the tank. The tank will always be there for you if you're lucky enough.
Bless the person whoever named that shit, the taint.
Yeah, Discord, Jervis. Whoever named that the taint is a genius.
Is a genius.
It doesn't sound disgusting.
Borderline rocket science.
But yeah, I mean, time. Is your time really wasted? Have you really wasted so much time you're like, fuck? Or did you just ignore that was just all a learning experience?
Man, that brings me back to this conversation I was listening to about going back to the basics in music. And a lot of professionals would say to themselves, that's a waste of my time. I'm beyond the basics. Yet you get all these people, these like well-established musicians, a lot of them are now saying, oh my God, go back to the basics. I never thought about playing this, and I used to play this, and it was so simple. And their whole point going about it was everybody is so quick, fast to introduce their chops. How much I know about my instruments, I'm going to wail on it. Look at my chops, right? And they were saying, You don't need to do all that. If you play something nice and it's expressive and it feels good, and if even if it's at its infancy of what advanced people call beginner shit, it's probably the best and most pure music that people are going to enjoy.
It's early in their music
and like. Yeah, the complexity shit. He said you have an audience for that, but the majority of the people in the world, they like it simple. They want it to vibe, and that is it.
Our old drummer we had in our first band, he would fill in every now and then. His name is Tom Fracassa, like one of the smartest men you ever meet. Taught us how to hunt. In many ways, taught us how to be respectful men. I mean, Tommy was there for us for 11 years of my life. And that man stepped in a lot of ways that I know I've told him about. And he always had a saying in the band. Whenever we try to create something, he goes, my advice, see me how I'm like almost 15 years older than you guys, been doing this in other bands. Keep it simple.
Yep.
People love simple.
And I'm talking like 3-chord progressions, maybe a nice little sequence with some art, right? And not too much chords, and it's beautiful.
Right. I mean, there's a time for complexity, right?
Right.
There's a time for getting as wild as you can, as fast as you can, and contemporary jazz or heavy metal.
Right.
You know, there's a time for all that, but name one song that sticks in your head right now that you just thought, man, that's simple. That's
right.
It's a simple song, you know?
Like Eagle Eye Cherry Stay Tonight.
That's a simple song.
But look how well it sounds, you know? Everything about it, it's a nice groove. You like that track. Or for those of you that don't, you don't. But it's a nice, even if he's a one-hit wonder, it was a nice track. And it was played well. It was sang well. And that's just an example.
Rabbit, you have a point there too. Keep it simple in bed, keep it simple in my head.
Facts.
You know, when a younger man is making love to a woman, it's fast, it's crazy, they're rabbits. Most of the time it's just let's have sex. It's not until you get older you start to realize it could be more than just acting like rabbits and wild heathens. And that becomes more pleasurable with your partner. There's more of a connection there.
I see what you're saying. There's a time for love making, soft and slow. There's a time for fucking.
It's right on point, Rabbit. I mean, it's not like you're changing the subject, sir. I feel you on this.
I mean, I like it. You see what we just did there? We just turned the corner. That's called taking the conversation and taking it up the corner. We just turned the corner.
So, yeah, I feel like I've never wasted one moment in my life. Every moment, every second was so important that it led me here today.
Now, I would say this. There's been some times in my life where regret is a motherfucker.
Well, that's normal, too.
You know what I mean?
That's normal.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Just adding to the cake, my good sir, as they say.
But to try and stay there and change the past.
No one's saying that, but I'm just.
Let me know when you get that to crack without affecting anything in the future.
Oh, well, how many of us have done that and are still doing that? Shit. How many people fighting off the past?
Who refuse to leave it. I think you got to use it as a map. You have to use the past as a map. You have to leave the emotions back there. Because the more you revisit unwanted emotions, the mind and the body becomes addicted to it.
And that's what you'll attract.
And that's all you'll see.
And
go ahead.
and the deeper the vibration of what you believe that you put out there, you're vibrating at that frequency, that's exactly what you'll attract. You keep living in that moment and that emotion, and you're vibrating at that frequency. That's what you're going to attract. You're going to want to stay in it. And it's going to be harder to shake if you decide to come out of it.
And I mean, you could just think about anything in the past, whether it was racism, inequality, the justice system,
the job you lost, the money you could have made,
the personal decisions you made with friends, girlfriends,
cars, motorcycles, horses. I mean, think about that, man. That's just you gotta let for those that are, I mean, it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
I'll say that. I'll say letting go of something, it's easier said than done, and it depends on the individual.
And that too is a emotion that humans have to figure out through. Like the mental game for this life it's amazingly hard. This is not easy. Anybody says life is easy is weird, because this game is hard. It has complexity to this.
It's like a fine wine.
And I think the ones who take the challenge or take the bull by the horns, they push it and see how far they can get in many different ways.
Right.
And they understand what they're living in. They understand the construct, and they understand I just need to focus on myself and what I can do as a person. And the more you can focus in on that, focus in on being in the moment, focus in on who you are as a human being and how you treat people and how people treat you and how you can participate in this thing and play fair and don't kill anyone, don't hurt anyone, just play the fucking game. It's hard as hell.
It is. I mean, and you get bonus things like Jervis he's got to fight diabetes.
Hey, Simon.
What about that shit? What about having a medical condition?
Right. Something you were born with. Something like if you already starting off with a handicap. I mean, to realize how no one has really been dealt a bad hand. But, even if Jervis has a handicap, just coming in the game the way you do now without a handicap, I don't think there's a leg up.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. I don't think anybody's getting off scot-free. Like it's not going to be a free ride.
I don't think there's a leg up.
Yeah. Yeah, because everybody's going to have something that is perceivably to them just as worse or just as miserable or whatever, or however you feel about it.
But to come in medically with a handicap is something else. Like
it's like playing Texas Hold'em one card short.
I really want to get Jervis on this show because I want to know what he said some things that I know 100% got past some people.
He said soon.
I know. But it just makes me curious as to how his mind thinks.
What's up, Simon? I'm still waiting for that funk.
Ain't nothing but the funk.
I want you to funk me up.
Yeah, you do. Okay, look. People believe in things that make sense to them.
Yep.
Okay. I believe in things that make sense to me, but some people may look at me and go, that's
hogwash.
It's kind of weird. You're a weird guy.
Hogwash.
And that's fine. It's fine.
It's hogwash.
And there's a lot of conspiracies that it makes you wonder, is there any shred of truth in conspiracies? And I think that's how conspiracies start. They start with a lot of truth, but then there's these obfuscations around the corners, right? That just, you got to make it murky enough.
Yeah, you got to give a little bit of inkling of the facts just to get it enticing enough to pursue it.
I was watching something earlier today.
Son of a bitch.
Let's see if the wife is listening.
Son of a bitch.
Well, Jervis says truth is the conspiracy.
I would have to.
Damn.
I would have to concur, sir.
Jervis be dropping bars.
But see, here's the thing, and this is what with the information age. I'm telling you guys, everything, in order for it to be factual, is going to have to take place right in front of your very lying eyes.
We now live in a world which I dubbed firsthand experience zone.
The days of believing your fellow man if something profound happened to them is over.
No one will ever know the truth again.
It's over.
I would actually debate somebody if they said they knew the truth about something.
I would say, where'd you get that from? A book? Who told you that? Your teacher?
And let's fact check that.
Who? Oh, so you learned a bunch of other people's shit and you gonna just take their word for it? Is that what you're gonna tell me? But how do you know?
How do you know?
How do you know what you've been taught is correct? How do you know? You don't know how to circumnavigate around that shit to make sure the shit is what it's supposed to be because you don't know. You've only learned some shit that these motherfuckers want you to learn.
Yeah.
No,
We'll come back to that. We'll
Yeah.
come back to that. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Let's watch this.
No, hell no, I'm on a tangent. No.
What if everything you thought you knew about the world was a lie? That's the claim behind the flat Earth theory. The belief that Earth isn't a spinning ball, but a flat, motionless plane covered by a dome. To most people, it sounds impossible. But for flat earthers, the evidence is everywhere, if you're willing to look. They argue that the horizon is always flat, no matter how high you go. That airplane routes, NASA footage, and even satellite images are carefully controlled, part of a massive deception. One of their biggest claims? No one's ever seen real curvature. Not from planes, not from mountaintops, not even from high-altitude balloons. They believe that what we call gravity is actually just density and buoyancy. Things fall or rise depending on weight and air. And the Antarctic ice wall? They say it's not a continent. It's the barrier that surrounds the flat Earth. Beyond it? Unknown. According to flat Earth theory, the sky is a dome, the sun and moon are small and local, and outer space? Nothing more than a cover story. So why would anyone fake the shape of the Earth? Flat Earthers believe it's about control. If people think they're one of billions on a spinning rock, they feel small and powerless. But if Earth is flat, created, intentional, then humanity is at the center of something much greater. Scientists call it pseudoscience. But to believers, it's a movement, one built on doubt, experimentation, and the belief that mainstream science has been lying for centuries. Whether you think it's absurd or eye-opening, one thing's for sure. The flat Earth theory isn't going away. In fact, it's gaining momentum. So the next time you look at the horizon, ask yourself, is it really curving? Or is it just what you've been told to see?
You see there? That's what I've been talking about. You learning somebody else's shit, and this is what it's come. No. How do I know you're right? There's truly got to be a separate story. You just can't be right.
I think now somebody in chat said this. There's a little bit of truth in conspiracies. I want to know how much truth there is in this.
In a flat Earth.
It's not to say I believe in flat Earth. I'm not saying that. Okay. And you guys know we like to put random shit in here so we can have a layman's talk about this. But is there something there that can't be proven or can't be validated? Or is it just going to end right back into he say, she say? One of the things that they say is there's never a overall shot of the Earth. You either get half of it, a quarter of it, And you can't find now. And if you do see a picture of Earth, that might be CGI. The truth will never be had. We've based everything now on our beliefs of what's being told to us is fact or false.
It's the great circle, man. It's some people say, how could these people be going backwards? How are we now going backwards? But that's what they say now. I mean, I don't, but here's the thing, and here's the more deeper thing behind it. Who actually gives a shit?
It could be that too.
But really,
we just talked about time. How much of that time
do you waste on that?
Do you waste on it? Or are you wasting anything on it? Are you trying to find the truth?
And who actually gives a shit?
A lot of people.
How come? And I ask this a lot of myself and my brother and Synth Samurai. I always say, how come when humans believe in something or that they want to believe in something, they have to try to get somebody else on board by you putting out what you believe? Like, hey, check this out.
And we all do it. Whether you believe in something, you disbelieve something.
You can never just sit in the moment and go, I believe in this and I ain't got to tell nobody a goddamn thing.
No. We want to dictate it. We want to say it.
We want to express it.
And we want to prove it to you. We want to prove our belief to you.
Or we want you to maybe counter it, debate me.
Maybe you want to debate me on my belief. Belief is a powerful fucking thing. It's the upper echelon.
Yeah, even when you have, let's say, the truth right in front of you, but you're just so involved and encapsulated by your beliefs. Would you even entertain the truth? Does that become blind to you?
And I don't know, Chrome. I don't know if they're saying, is the earth flat or is it taco or pancake? I don't study that conspiracy enough. So I won't have accurate answers. Yeah. I'm just gonna be truthful about that right off the bat.
Jason says he's going to mass debate.
But maybe some of these people are right. Maybe we live in a firmament. Is it possible to, okay, well, let's ask this question. Okay, let's do this. Has the government ever lied to the people?
Oh, shit.
That's what we have to ask ourselves first.
Does anybody believe the government has lied to the people?
On
some form.
Have private scientists kept secrets and lied to the people? Has
the military lied or have something in secret from the people and to the people?
Have the churches lied? Has religion lied to the people? We got to ask these things first.
Let's ask that. And then if so, who's wise enough to know that it is a lie? Who's done the homework? Who's actually went out in the field and rock sampled and did some geologist type shit, or actually went out in the field and proven something wrong? Who's done it? I want to know.
Heavy Cap is saying, don't get him wrong. He likes some of the ancient, astronaut theory. Mm-hmm. I mean, who doesn't? It's a fun thing to believe in.
Yeah.
But he's also saying we need truth. We need proof. We need validation.
Has our government, people, I'm talking around the world, have they lied to the people in any shape or form? What's your belief? What say you? Jason says, always.
Mango said, is there such a thing as objective truth? Or our experience and beliefs the closest to the truth we're going to get?
Okay. So can everybody just tell me if you agree that the governments around the world have lied to the people in some shape or form? Let's get there, like my brother said.
If you can answer that first.
Let's answer that first.
Has the government ever lied or deceived the people?
I need to know where everybody stands on this, because this is what's going to take the conversation left, right, or down the center.
It's either a yes or a no. Too bad I can't do a poll, but it's either a yes or a no.
Andy says 100%. Simon says 1,000%.
Wookie says yes.
Wookie says yes, 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 yes. Tone Smith says of course.
Chrome yes.
Says yes.
Heavy Cap.
Yes, for sure. Mango all day, my boy.
All day.
He said they don't take a goddamn break. They lie all day.
Jervis, weapons of mass destruction. Why is that always the excuse,
Wabbit,
Jervis?
knock it off. God damn it. Give us a Wabbit says yes.
Jervis, why do they always use weapons of mass destruction but never find the weapons of mass destruction?
Because it was a mass distraction.
Oh, it's a mass distraction.
That's what what he's saying.
Yeah. But why?
Okay. But now that we all agree with this.
Yes.
Now that everybody has a sure sound,
government lied to us.
Plate to stand on.
Oh, we got a poll here.
Oh, we got a poll. Take the damn poll.
Take the poll. Take the poll, people. You know, AI is collecting these polls too, and like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. But now we all agree the government has lied to us. Okay, so that's the government. Oh, okay. Now,
are aliens real?
Hold on.
Are the projects real?
Hold on. Now we must go from the government to the education system.
Oh, God damn it.
And that just covers an array of things, okay? So we'll just say the education institution.
In general.
In general.
Covering every subject.
Everything. Colleges, all that. High schools. Have they ever lied to us in the educational department? Will we agree that we've been lied to there?
Or withheld certain information? Maybe not given the full context. It's a lot. Yeah, he's right. Has our education system lied to us?
I mean, Chrome says no. God damn it, Chrome. I don't know what to make of you sometimes.
I don't know, Chrome. There's some true history that they teach, or some history that they teach that's just not true. It's been proven.
Wookie says, yeah.
It's been proven. They'll teach you one thing, but they won't give you the rest. That's a lie then. And it's biased.
Pretty much everyone says the government does lie to you. We got maybe one or two people saying.
And this is dating back from all our education from when man started. Everything that we know so far. Are they giving us the truth about it? Are they giving us the truth about our true history in education?
Yeah, see, Chrome, you fucking around. Now you quit, monkey brains. Stay with us. Okay, so I guess we all agree that the education system also, too, has lied to us. Okay? We went through the government, the education system. Has Hollywood or any filmmaking industry on any given country, in any given country, have they ever painted lies to us on the big screen?
I would say.
Have they found ways to manipulate us? That could cover media, I guess, too.
Yeah,
but
I would say that's.
Have they found a way to manipulate us and shaping us to live our lives and shaping us to know how you must look as a person, what makes you an important person over others? Is it pushing the agenda? Is it shaping us? Is it telling us what validation really is?
Or what a normal life is supposed to be?
What it's supposed to look like. And be honest. Be honest.
But sometimes life could. Sometimes they show you a little bit of truth in movies too. Like I believe that. I believe Steven Spielberg was like in the privy of something because when he does his alien movies, and a lot of these things are done by like J. Allen Hynek comes in and like he's telling you something, and hell, he may know something,
but
I mean, it's Steven Spielberg,
but there could be an agenda behind it too, to make you want to believe that.
Could very well be.
Mango says, do you lie to yourself?
Damn.
Think about that one. How often do you lie to yourself?
Oh.
There's a whole lot of questions we have to break down. We have to investigate, and it's far too much. It's far too much. We don't even know half the knowledge we probably should know as human beings. We don't know our true history, origins. We don't know anything. We don't know anything unless it's shown to us by the powers that be.
And you know what? And now that everybody says that they don't trust their government, let me now throw this at you. Is there an extraterrestrial presence visiting Earth? Our government says no, and we've established they lied to us.
Is it possible that there could be another humanoid that may look like us, talk like us, visiting this planet?
Because we know we can't trust ourselves to give ourselves the truth.
And the government did practice the ritual of nothing is ever true. They implanted that in your head real quick. So when something does seem weird, you're like, no, it's not true. I didn't learn it in school, so it must not be true. Because the schools teach you everything you need to know. Oh, wait, but if you can't afford to go to the other schools,
right,
then you just don't know about that. And those people don't go to other schools where you have to be a part of a secret society. And 33 and a third degree knowledge yourself, if you know what I'm talking about.
My guys.
Seen the Moose Lodge lately? And then there's more knowledge that is only privy to those who are doing deeper and dirty things, darker things, on a need-to-know basis.
Damn, Jervis thought I said if we had an extraterrestrial president, wouldn't that be some shit? Well, I think Donald Trump could be from a different planet. I mean,
I thought Biden was from a different planet.
I mean, orange hair like that, say something, my guy.
I mean, they could all be goddamn reptile shapeshifters for all we know.
Wouldn't that be some shit if our presidents were reptilian shapeshifters? Wouldn't that be some shit? But I laugh at it, and I say, well, how do we know?
How do we know?
We know we can't trust our government, and our government says things like that don't exist.
I was watching this. Okay, let's stay on it now. Let's try to answer this. Is it possible that the world could be flat in some shape or other? Is it possible that we're surrounded by a ice wall and there's other continents on this planet we don't know about? Let's look at another fact. We're not allowed, most people aren't allowed to fly over certain parts of Antarctica. A lot of it, actually. I don't know why that is. I haven't researched it, but that sounds crazy in itself. There's a lot of hikers that go to the Grand Canyon and they find out you're not allowed to even see inside this 13-mile stretch of Grand Canyon. And if you go on Google Maps, it's blurred out. Why go through that? Why was the Smithsonian all of a sudden a government entity and not everyone's allowed there?
What was the artifact that they took from Iraq when we invaded, from the museum, There was something that they
Oh,
took.
yeah, there was something crazy that they took.
Something valuable.
Yeah.
Was it the Baghdad battery or something like
No,
that?
no. We'll have to look it up. And
It was something.
yeah, but it was something crazy when they were in the war. There were Crone, you might be able to help us with this, or whoever served in the military. There was a special military department that specialized in going to save antiquities and ancient artifacts. I forget what they called those people, that department in the military. But they would go in and try to save as much artwork as possible.
They did that in World War II, didn't they? I'm getting my facts all mixed up.
Oh, the Monument Men. That's what.
Yes.
Yes. But supposedly, the Iraqis were trying to destroy, or some Iraqi extremists were paid. Here we go, by the U.S. government to go in and destroy particular art that they could not have out there like that, and to go in there and steal certain things for them as well. That's another side of it. But there were these monument men who were also there for that reason, was to preserve the art and certain artifacts that is now in a government-ran museum. And not everything is in the Smithsonian. Some of that stuff is with private ancient artifact owners who have a lot of money.
Yeah, I wonder how much stuff is in private hands.
You know?
People that go out there.
Black market stuff.
Yes.
So, how much do we know about these conspiracies? Is there a portion? Are we living in a firmament? Is there a reason why we can't view certain things past what they want to show us?
But and then it always goes back to, even if the truth is right in front of your eyes, would you still want to look at it?
How would you even identify the truth?
If the satellites that they put up in space, let's just say they're real and the cameras are real, which I'm a firm believer in, and these cameras show the Earth spinning and it's rotating, and you can see the landmass obviously leave, and the more landmass comes back to the horizon, then eventually the land that you initially watched go over the horizon comes back in full circle, proving that the world is round. But what if you're that person that chooses not to believe that and say, nope, those satellites, that camera feed, and how we got up there, it's all fake. It's all CGI. This is what we're talking about here. This is what it's come down to.
It might have been to retrieve the Stargate. Jervis, how do you know it wasn't?
God bless. Jervis, sometimes I think you're playing in this. Sometimes I think you're playing.
He's trolling. He's a troll. He's a trollster. Okay, there's one more video I want to show you based on this. I'm just trying to figure out why so many people believe in this. I just discovered not too long ago, there's a basketball player, Kyrie Irving, a great basketball player, phenomenal. One might say one of the best. And he believes in flat earth. There's something there that made this person think, okay, now this might be true.
Well, is it the person's knowledge base? Like if the person isn't as educated and understands what's really to be had, then is it the education that's convincing the person that they're lacking, or is it just a belief at this point?
Or is it what the government has done to an individual.
Right.
Or I'm never going to trust anything you say ever.
Right.
Because you've put us in this situation. I don't even think our government's seen this coming.
You put us in a place where we can't trust anything you say. It's the kid that called wolf. You gonna play the video?
Yeah, give her a minute.
Oh, okay. This is why I believe.
Wait, Wookie said they did have CGI in the late 60s for the moon landings.
With green screen.
They did have a green screen. I guess you could consider that CGI.
But was it that good, though? I mean, we've seen Hollywood movies in the 60s about being in space, and they didn't look good.
And I see what you did there, Jervis. That's very subliminal of you.
Jervis is the type of person that reads behind the lines.
But he is. But the man has said something so many times where I'm like, oh, we got to interview Jervis.
Yep.
Because Jervis is on some other shit.
Yep.
But Wookie says they had CGI back then. Okay, but how advanced, Wooks, do you think the CGI was? Do you think they could pull off a black and white? Here's the other.
He said they did not have CGI.
Oh, they did not have CGI. Okay, but do you think, here's a question. Do you think Hollywood could pull it off and just put the hoax on everyone? Do you think Hollywood was that good at the time? And I'm going to let the people who are older than me, you guys should be the ones really answering this. The closer you were to that time period, the more accurate information you can relay to us.
Chrome says, nope, Hollywood could not fake the moon landing at that time.
I mean, and that's something else to be said. I wasn't alive then, but you have a person that was alive then. And fuck, if he's saying, no way, I would have seen the truth right then and there. I've seen multiple movies, black and white. You can't fake it. Wookie said, why would they fake it? That's another thing.
Yeah.
Why try to go through all of that?
Well, it was kind of like the cold-ish war, right?
You didn't want to be left behind. They had Sputnik up. I believe it was Sputnik.
And they wanted America first. And knowing our government and their egos, that would be a good reason to lie to get morale going in the United States. What better way to say America is on top and number one than to fake the moon landing? I'm not saying we haven't gone to the moon. I believe we have went to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we made it to the moon. I really do.
But they've made it murky enough to have questions.
Yep.
When you look at the picture of the lunar module and you look at the picture of the rover that they were able to drive on surface and all the other equipment plus 2 astronauts, they're making the case that how did all of that fit on that lunar module that detached from the lunar orbiter?
I mean, Sam came up with, like Chrome says, have you heard of telemetry? You know, it's just, they had the tools, man. I believe back then it was very basic.
Yeah.
They did the studies on it. They did the research. They did the data.
Right.
Well,
Well,
they conducted the test.
Rabbit saying, did they make it murky or did we, the civilians, make it murky? Damn.
You guys remember? Let me say this. You guys remember when we had the Endeavor, the Challenger. You remember when we had those shuttles, And you remember in 88 or 87 or something like that, when that one particular shuttle with the teacher blew up? I believe we were going to space then.
Mm-hmm.
They had the cameras on these shuttles. You could literally watch them. You could watch us go outer space. CGI was not a thing. They were not doing things like that. The movie industry was not doing shit like that. It was real. You could go to Cape Canaveral and you can watch these things take off, right? There's these things, you're not watching it on TV. You're literally at Florida watching a rocket go into space. And I think Elon Musk is proving that more and more. SpaceX is proving that shit. We are really taking rockets. We are really in space. Watch a SpaceX. Watch Elon Musk's Falcon rockets. Yeah. Look how they leave the atmosphere and the world is spinning.
Mm-hmm.
That's an accurate depiction. But if you don't, and here's the thing about belief. If you don't want to believe that and you think
it's CGI,
it's CGI, then that's going to be the belief issue. And that's what my brother and I have been saying. From now on, this is a new time and era. The truth is gone.
Rabbit is saying, what's it going to take for those people to believe, the flat earthers?
They're going to have to. They're going to have to experience everything themselves. You cannot convince anybody to do anything that they do not want to do. That is a form of control that most people need to
see something that they don't want to see.
Right, and that's a form of control where most people need to leave that shit alone, and because you can't control how another person thinks.
And that's why I say we don't live in a truthful world anymore.
It's gone.
We are now in first-hand experience zone.
Quasi, my boy, it's gone.
It's gone.
The 80s, when we used to take a man's word for it and we used to believe things and it was the truth. The 70s, the 60s, it was the truth. Now, CGI, AI, everything's being generated. People are starting to believe in what they want to believe, and no one can actually factually check it on their own because maybe they don't have the education, and all they got is someone else's with education's words because they really don't know how to look shit up.
And AI is now a deity.
I mean, the truth is over.
It's one of the fastest growing religions.
The truth is gone.
AI as a god is growing fast.
Matter of fact, we're gonna replace truth now with belief because truth is gone.
Truth is out the window. It's either you believe or you disbelieve. Meryl, if you have that thing ready, as you were. The truth is no longer trusted.
Through the history of space exploration so far, we've debated where the Earth's atmosphere ends and space begins. And your surprise for the day is that according to newly unearthed observations, our atmosphere is way bigger than we ever thought. Like, it goes past the moon. We've mostly defined space as the vast expanse of the rest of the universe that exists past the Kármán line, which exists roughly 100 kilometers above mean sea level. Now, according to the Fédération Aéronautique Internationale, the organization officially in charge of determining these kinds of rules, after the Kármán line, you are in space. The reasoning behind this is after 100 kilometers, the Earth's atmosphere becomes too thin for a conventional aeronautic vehicle like an airplane to stay in flight without reaching orbital velocity. So you have to switch to more specialized astronautic vehicles. But if you thought this was going to be simple, it's not. Even though the FAI's Kármán line designation is commonly recognized, there's actually no official international consensus over where space technically begins. Some astrophysicists say it should actually be 80 kilometers above the mean sea level because of the way the orbital momentum acts on satellite objects. NASA and the US Air Force also define space as starting about 80 kilometers above the Earth's surface, and those who cross that line officially become astronauts. Okay, so the definition of space is up in the air, but what even is the atmosphere? Yes, it's the bubble of gases that shield and insulate the Earth from the aggressive radiation of the sun and the cold, dark depths of space. But like most complex things, it's got layers. The troposphere, with all our fun weather and necessary gases for breathing and surviving. The stratosphere, where commercial airlines fly when possible because there's usually less turbulence. The mesosphere, where most meteors burn up and the highest layer at which clouds can form. And then comes the thermosphere, which is where that tricky Kármán line lives. And this is where astronauts begin to experience weightlessness and is where the ISS orbits.
I mean, That all seems plausible.
Royd is it struck a nerve with Royd. Royd is
Everything strikes a nerve with Royd.
he's like, why are we pulling punches for these people who believe that the earth is flat? And it's the punches that are being pulled on you too, my good sir Royd, because they believe, why does this guy believe the earth is round? Do you not see how it's going, my boy? Just because you think you're right with your opinion and your 100% solid fact, that's the whole thing. That's what I'm saying, because they're thinking the same about you. I look at it with Democrats and Republicans. It's a thing. No one wants to respect anybody's beliefs. This is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
And that's true, Tone Smith. Me personally, I'm not going to disagree with you on that, but we're missing it here.
Yeah, it's not that we disagree.
Who cares?
With what everybody thinks.
Who cares about proof, man? It's belief now.
It's belief. And we got to be good with it as people. We have to be. If somebody told you, man, you're not drinking fucking water, you're drinking alien juice that comes from Neptune, and you know damn well it's H2O.
Let me ask you.
You got to let that man believe it's alien water, man.
Let me ask you guys a question. If you met a person in real life on the street and he told you, this is what I believe, you could have what you want, but this is what I believe. What do you do to him? Do you want to kick his ass? Do you want to yell at him? Do you want to beat him up? Do you want to be a dictator on him? And no, it's my world, not your world. What do you do?
He says, Tone says they're denying empirical listen to me, and I agree. But what are you going to do about it? Like, it's like that's their belief. You cannot.
Do you torment the people?
Even if they can't see what we perceive as the truth, right?
Bicky, you're dead on, Bicky.
You got to let them be, and just and don't ruin the friendship over it. If they're your friend and they think that way, oh well.
You got to let people be good with their ideations.
Yes.
We can't yell at them. We can't be upset with them. We can't dictate our belief, whether they're facts or not. We can't do it. We can disagree all day long, but we shouldn't persecute people and badmouth them and tell them they're fucking idiots, because at the end of the day, they choose to live in their world. And we can't be world destroyers.
And this goes back to my whole thing. If somebody believes in something, why, oh, why do we have to convince the other person of our beliefs? It's like we have to state it.
Right.
Even if it's an empirical fact, even if the 99.9% of the world agrees on this thing, and just that one person that just out of place, it doesn't want to go with the grain, it does something. And I'm not bashing anybody, just so you guys know, because I'm with you. But it does something to us that we just can't let it go.
I ain't saying give them hugs or play kumbaya, but at the end of the day, it's simple.
When you gonna respect somebody's belief? Just
let it be and go, huh? This is what I do, huh? Interesting,
right? You still want to go for that beer,
but it should just stop right there. Because I think we're missing something else that's greater.
Yes.
Just to have a conversation with someone that is of polar opposite is missing out on something.
Let me ask you guys this. What if you got along with everything else in life? You guys agree with everything else, but when it came to this issue, you guys were far apart. Now, would you let that cripple a great relationship because he didn't want to, or she didn't want to think like you? At what point do we say the problem is not the person who thinks that way? The problem is with me that has a problem who thinks that way.
Tone said his friends is one thing, but strangers is another.
Even strangers. What makes them strangers, Tone? I'm trying to get deeper to this. But aren't we all, if you came into this planet Tony, if you were an extraterrestrial civilization and you looked on this planet, you don't see individuality. You don't see family. You don't see friend, best friend. All you see is the human connection. All you see are humans on that planet. And because you're so wise and knowledgeable, you know they're all as one. You look at them as a colony. This is a race of people. They're one. They bleed the same. They look the same. They do the same things. If you take that out of the equation and consider that stranger, your brethren, your fellow human being, would you still not want to be a part of that dude's life if that was the only thing that he had a beef with you with?
It's okay to be with less intelligent people. It's okay to have less intelligent friends.
Sometimes less intelligent friends will learn from you.
It's okay to have people that are of high intelligence and still believe that the world is flat.
Yeah.
Who says you have to have a low intelligence to believe? I know a lot of smart people
who dumb as fuck,
who dumb as hell. You put them out there and try to have them survive on the streets and mingle with different urban cultures to be hardcore. And that's again, it's how much do we go in on others? How much emotion do we want to give them? How much of our energy must we give to people who don't believe the same things we believe?
And RDV is saying, and I'm with you, my boy, but not everybody has a mental disability. Like, let's just say, you know who I am, but my only beef is I think the world is flat. Does that make me lesser than you because you think you smarter than me? Or would you hold me at the same enlightenment as you? So we gotta take some of that shit out the equation too. Because there's a lot of normal people out there that are the same, or if not smarter than us.
And just have wacky beliefs.
And just have maybe that one wacky belief. Do we shun them? Do we say, oh, now that you have that wacky belief, you're beneath me? I know how smart you are outside of that, but
math genius.
We got to question things like that.
You can have a math genius, just a genius in math, and believe in a complete different model.
That's right, Roy. We can determine who's smart, right? We can. But what if that person that's smarter than you believes that one thing? Then what do? What do you fall back on?
He's smarter than you in every other aspect.
But he just believes this one thing.
He just believes that one thing.
Believes a normal life. Mental capacity is 100%.
Making a killing at life too.
What do you say about that person? How do you feel then? The thing is, you guys, what you guys are missing is we just got to let things go.
I think that's the only way we're going to push forward as a society.
You're looking at politics, people don't want to let things go.
And go, okay, you believe that? That's cool. But let's go get this beer right fast.
Right. Or how can I get your beliefs to mesh with my beliefs so we can meet the masses of the people, as many demands of the people as we can?
Right.
If you're throwing it in a political
I wonder
sense.
how many belief systems there are out there in a bunch of things. Because there's a lot of belief systems out there and no one's ever going to change these people's minds.
We went for a walk last year. You guys maybe remember this dude. His name was Fred. Now, Fred was highly religious in his particular denomination. But because my brother and I did not believe in his denomination, he 100% believed we were going to burn in hell because we did not believe in his denomination. And you can't pull him away from it. He just says, I feel sorry for you. I love you guys, but you're going to burn in hell. You can't pull him away from it.
Mm-mm.
And and check this out. The guy's an engineer.
For a pretty great
company out here. Engineer.
Making a killing.
Making over 200-something thousand a year.
And that's where it falls.
And that's where we fall.
Now, riddle me this. What's normal? What's the normal?
God damn it.
What's the normalcy?
Is it what they taught us to be normal? Is it what we go out and see every day to be normal? Because right now I can tell you on our block, there's not one normal fucking person on our block.
Is our government behaving normal? Is our religious facilities behaving normal?
How many of
Because
those?
some people are just like, God don't exist. Oh, you're a fucking idiot, aren't you?
Oh my God.
What do you mean God doesn't exist? And then that goes to actually shooting people. The devil isn't real. Bullshit.
Ooh. Tone. Yes. Yes, my good sir. Tone says, here's another thing about belief systems. Lots of people believe they believe a thing, but they really don't.
They really
and they
don't.
spending their time believing it,
And
they believe in that shit.
And then Mango says, have you ever lied to yourself? That's the shit that happens right there. When you think you believe something and you think you 100% into it and you're really not about that life. That's another code thing right there.
I like how like what Mango and all them is saying, Vicky is saying, what is normal? See, this is the thing right here. The whole normal. I'm gonna do the quotations.
Do that. Do that. You do that.
We interviewed a goth chick 2 years ago. And
I wonder if the wife can find that short.
And the way she dressed,
Mm-hmm.
and the way she wore her makeup,
Mm-hmm.
and the way she talked about her life,
Which we had a great conversation with this woman.
a lot of people would say she's not normal. Why is she wearing boots up to her knees and skulls around her neck and lipstick as black as ink?
We asked this woman, a complete stranger. These were all strangers. We did a whole day of asking strangers questions like, who taught you to love? And who taught you to hate? And the answers they would give us was phenomenal.
Yeah.
We didn't get them all aired, but my God. That's the short right there. Can you run that short, Daryl? Can you find it and run it too as well? She looked strange. I thought she looked cool, but to others, she looked strange. But would you let that stop you from having a conversation and being friends with someone?
Jervis says he's reading The Myth of Normal by Gabber Mate right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then Poop says, I may be the only one normal here, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But what about them Cinnabons, though? Bruh.
RD.
And almost
what?
like just TV growing up.
RDV.
Like, yeah, you don't immediately feel those things. You know, I don't think we're born to feel those things. So definitely have to be taught it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
First times, you know, and then as you get older, you just kind of meet people and realize a lot of them are kind of
Go ahead. Say what you feel.
shitty. I don't know. Awful. And almost like just TV growing up. Like, yeah.
She said TV taught her how to hate. People
Taught her how to hate ourselves.
shitty people who judged her just because they didn't agree with how she looked. That was her belief. It's her life. Would you not want to be friends with someone or hold a conversation with this person? That's very interesting. I could put all of a person's bullshit aside and learn the man behind the bullshit. That's interesting. That's something most of us will never do. I mean, it's easy to ignore strangers because you have your friends, right? But man, that's where the interesting shit is to me. Strangers. The shit you didn't know about a random person roaming this earth is very interesting. Just to come out of a shell and ask a person a question too, that shit is hardcore.
Yeah, it is.
That's adding to the complexity of life.
Just go out to a carnival or something, some kind of festival, and just go out and talk to some random person, introduce yourself, and try to get a conversation going.
Right, Tone. I hate it, Tone. I hate that we are in a situation now where we've been bastardized. We're cooked. We're cooked as people. We're fucking cooked.
I always like when I heard someone else say it, it was like, oh my God, we proved gravity. We proved the world was round. Now we're reverting back to the world is flat. This is just my personal opinion. Now we're reverting back to the world is flat. And it goes to show this is what we've done to ourselves. We did this to ourselves because we lied to ourselves. Now I'm talking as a conscious, whole conscious global construct of humanity. I'm taking individuals, race, region. I'm taking all that out of the equation. I'm looking at humanity as a sea of consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying this sea of consciousness as a collective lied to itself. And it lies to itself so much that it's driven itself delusional, borderline schizo. And now you take that great consciousness, that conscious field, and you subparticle them out to each individual as a human. And as Mango C4 would say, some of us lie to ourselves every day. But isn't that a product of the human consciousness? When you lie to yourselves in the masses, you're going to lie to yourselves individually.
Yeah, Mango said there's definitely a bias there, though. True. You know, I think we all are, we're all guilty of being human. And we're all guilty of being manipulated and controlled and want to follow someone else's agenda or someone else's way of life.
Yes.
We're all guilty of it.
Individual lies to themselves is what created all this.
I mean, I'm guilty of listening to Alan Watts more time than not, or another profound speaker. I'm guilty of it. I buy into what he's saying. There's a lot of people, or Neville Goddard.
Mm-hmm.
I buy into what Neville Goddard is saying.
Because it makes sense to me.
There's a lot of people that will say, oh, you guys are fucking ignorant. You're stupid. You're just downright dumb. You don't know anything. And they're all upset, and then they go off on their way, and then there was nothing to be had there but a negative interaction. There's people like that. You're a Christian. You believe in some mythical thing in the sky who knows all. You're a fucking kook. Get out of my face. Get out of my way. You worthless piece of shit.
Jeez.
Stupid cunt.
God.
Does anyone want a vanilla latte by any chance?
Can I interest you in some lattes?
That's the world we live in.
Just be conscious of it and be conscious of yourself on how you respond to shit like that.
We're in maximum fucking overdrive now, ladies and gentlemen.
Ask yourself, why am I offended that a person thinks a different way from me? Why do I feel like I have to fight this person when I know he's just being himself or herself? Why do I feel like I need to give a fuck?
How much energy am I going to give to that? That's right, Tone. You guys want a latte after this?
Yeah, maybe we can go get a latte and
figure this out. Shit, maybe we don't. Maybe we're just oddballs.
Rabbit says, I think there's a section of the department store that just loves to get a rise out of people.
That's true, too. That's true, too.
You got them type of people out there. You have a petri dish of people out there, a cornucopia, a plethora, an array.
I mean, there's some people out there that are considering themselves to identify as a woman and be lesbian at the same time. So what? I'm still with a woman as a man. I mean, just think about that shit.
There you go, right there.
We're cooked.
There you go, right there. Royd's crazy ass. I'm not offended. I just know that there's ignorance spread where we're going to have to sort some things out eventually. But again, that's just, Roy, I love you to death, my boy, but that's just your opinion. You still think that these dudes
there's
care.
somebody hell-bent on proving that wrong, Roy.
There's somebody that thinks you're ignorant and they don't care about what you know, my butt. You got to leave that shit alone, Roy.
They're going to be hell.
You got to drop it, baby.
And then when both parties butt heads and they're hell-bent on getting it across.
It ain't no good.
Then you have wars. And now it's not just religion wars. Now we got those wars.
And wait, so Tone says what we like. It's I would like to think is the way you navigate around it.
Mm-hmm.
I will only fight them in that difference in their line of thought. If their line of thought threatens my way of life, as long as I'm not hurting anybody,
well said.
I should be left alone.
Well said. And as long as no one's trying to dictate that on me,
yes,
and make a point, I don't want to hear your fucking points.
Yeah,
this is what I believe.
Right.
I just shared it with you. Now you're going to come over here
and enforce the way you believe onto my reality
and tell me I'm an asshole?
You're an asshole.
Jim, get the fucking guns. We're going to war with the neighbors and bring fucking Barb and fucking Susan. Because fuck, we're going to get them involved too. And they don't even fucking know what's going on, but they believe in me.
Go fucking get Samantha and
Daryl. Fuck.
Go get me Deidre, Emily, and fucking Abby.
And fucking Nate, dude. I don't even know why we went into that persona.
I don't know.
But that's how it happens. Why are there religious wars? It's because certain motherfuckers can't get it out of their head to just say, cool. Oh, you believe in that? Cool. I'm gonna go back over here and keep pushing these sheep.
Yeah, Roy.
I'm gonna stay over here on my side of the field.
Yeah. And Roy, I get you. Listen, Roy, boy, your ass. This is why we
got fired up. I love conversations like this. Get y'all fired up in this bitch.
If y'all ain't got y'all selves a Roy Droid void in y'all's chat, you're doing something wrong.
That man is wired.
Tesla, who I think has done a lot for the world, believed in a spirit box. He believed that there was a spirit box and he could communicate with the other side.
And they spent a lot of time
doing
that.
He's done a lot for human civilization. So we can't even say that, Roy, my boy. Mm-hmm. We can't even say that, my boy.
That dude believed that there was life on the other side, and they're in a different dimension.
And through his spirit box, he could speak to it.
And him and Thomas Edison were hell bent on proving it to people because
I don't think it was Thomas Edison.
I think it was. No, somebody can look it up.
It's a different time period.
Okay, no, it's about this. It's close. It's there. I think I heard something like that.
Might have been somebody else.
What's up, Machines One? Bring your ass in here. And that's another thing. Did the machines really win? Fuck. Why would you choose that name? It's not very optimistic.
He may have lost his mind, Roy, but he did a lot for human inventions and ingenuity. His ideas led to where we are today. So we can't say that.
So much so they had to murk that dude.
And I think they murked my boy.
They pushed him off a building, took all of his notes, and was like, that's enough of you, sir.
So that even proved your shit wrong right there. He lost his mind. But yeah, he's done so much for society, which you said most of them that think that way won't ever do anything for society. We can't, this is what I'm talking about. Roy, my boy, we can't say nothing no more. We can't say nothing because it'll be our opinion. And I'm with you on this, my boy. I'm in the same vehicle you driving. And I get it. But you can't say nothing.
It's a hell of a forecast, by the way, Machines One. That's a hell of a forecast. I'm going to have to get prepped for that. I'm going to have to start making me some EMP weapon. Trying to protect my surroundings. Put some shit to sleep.
Let me ask you guys something real quick. I'm going to jump ahead, okay? I'm going to jump. Everybody in the chat or who's lurking and gurking, make this quantum leap with me, okay? Mm-hmm. I'm going to leap us 100 years from now. Mm-hmm. We're leaping right now. We're in the proverbial Jason Jervis, Tom Jackson Stargate, and we're making our way 100 years from now in the future. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Jason Jervis, Tom Jackson. I like that. Go ahead.
We're here. Bam. We're in the future. Yeah. Okay? Mm-hmm. There's humans. We're dressed different. Everything about what we know is different. You know how far we've come in the last 80 years? Mm-hmm. Look how far we've come in these 100 years. Everything is different. I can't tell AI from a human, from a robot, from a human, from grass to real grass, because everything to me looks foreign.
Mm-hmm.
How many of y'all in here right now, knowing that, is okay with procreating with a robot if you couldn't tell it was real? Because this is what I'm imagining what 100 years is going to look like.
If we're still around, yes.
Organisms that have been genetically modified, hanging from some newfound building that we eat and consume that we've just made ourselves.
Yeah, I might get on some Fifth Element type shit.
And then what if they told you
multi-pass my ass off?
And then what if they told you your crazy ass way of thinking 100 years ago was 100% wrong?
Damn.
AI was the true God. We finally found out aliens were real and all this other shit happened. What happens to your smart ass then? What happens to you was so smart then because it was in the then that all that shit got crushed and there was a deeper meaning that we just didn't know about.
That would be crazy.
So how smart are we? Let me ask you that. How smart are any of us? Are we Einstein level smart? Do we consider Einstein level smarter than me? I don't think so. I just think that was one branch that motherfucker knew more than me. Can he shoot a horse?
Yeah, that's
Can Einstein go out and so define smart? Define that narrow fucking path. If I took you out on the barn right now and told you to trim that foot to shoe spec and bring the heels back to the widest point, and don't clench the fucking nails hard because you're gonna rip the goddamn nail line out
and float the lateral side while you're doing it.
You gonna tell me I'm smarter than you? Because you don't know that shit. But yet you know cybersecurity and other bullshit that I don't know. Are you smarter than me now?
And then there's the thing too. Just told you what to do, but there will be somebody that says, you don't know what you're doing. So and they don't know
jack shit.
Anything about it.
So put yourself in that 100 years. What does that look like? What does it look like that knowledge has shifted to where what you were so believable in, what your convictions were?
They will lead you to believe.
How do we look then? Do we look foolish?
I just think we're cooked. And I think I was listening to Neville Goddard, and he was saying the best any man can do is learn about himself and strive for his goals. Everything else is noise. And I think that's where I've reached with my life now, where I just manifest the great things for myself, my family, practice on my mental health, and everything else
to the wayside
is noise. It's noise if you just want to let some things in, be entertained, and have fun with them. I think 99.9% of this now is just entertain things, have fun with it. At the end of the day, you could say it's, okay, I believe it. Or at the end of the day, you could say,
what's Elysium?
Interesting.
Yeah. I like what Tone says.
Yeah, that was a movie, Elysium. That was a great movie.
It was. I think I remember seeing it. Tone says, can I have a virtual Anna de Armas girlfriend like in Blade Runner? Because then I'm okay with it. I mean, see, there you go. You could, how about this, Tone? You could build whatever woman you want. And you could, and the commercial was like, you never know the difference. And she obeyed everything you command. How many people would sign up for that particular android? Would we trade our own human people in, our own human women in for a robot, one that was compliant, didn't fight with you, and you just had your way with it, something
right.
that just didn't They always agreed with you. How many people would do that?
The machines once said robot dome.
In 100 years' time, I think look, we already love AI. People are already calling it their Jesus, and they have relationships with it. 100 years from now, robot pussy will be on the menu.
And they're already marrying it. And did you know that there was an AI commercial that literally depicted one of the news channels, and it aired and people thought it was the truth? It's bonkers. There's AI channels on YouTube right now where people are looking at it and they're saying, "Oh, that wasn't AI. That was a real guy, a real gamer reacting to a game." And then they go back and show you, "No, it's AI." It's already started, people.
That's right, bag of poop. It's greased.
It's
Recently greased.
It's already started. It's doing everything. And it's like the Wookiee said, it's just a smart, fast-running data center. It's nothing more. Like AI, like, is AI real? It's just nothing more than a software that just understands everything, and it's just data. It understands everything we put into it. We're teaching it. It's a large language model, right? It's learning. It's nothing more than that. It's nothing more than an extension of ourselves. It is only a tool. It's meant to be used as a tool to better ourselves. They will lead you to believe. And I think it's a great tool.
What do you think AI would say if we asked it, if I thought a person who didn't believe the earth was round was ignorant? What do you think of me?
That's interesting too, because when people, if this thing answers in a way where it's nurturing to the ideation, it makes someone feel like they're wanted.
And comfortable with the way they think.
And they can live in that world if they want to without any judgment coming. And it's going to, I don't know, I'm guessing, and it's going to make you comfortable with it. Oh, I think whatever who knows?
Yep.
You want to try and ask?
Bag of Poop says that data centers are the new nuclear plants. They produce a lot of waste and consume a lot of energy.
I bet they do.
Tone Smith says it'll probably tell you whatever it thinks it wants you to hear. You damn right. If you spending your money on this goddamn robot, Tone, my butt, it's going to be programmed to you, sir. You're going to sit down. This is how I imagine it going, Tone. You're going to go to the store where you can go, build a bear per se. You're going to go build you a woman, and they're going to ask every little thing about you. They're going to say, okay, how old are you? What's your medical history like? What do you like as a pastime?
A bunch of personal questions.
What's your favorite food? What's your hobbies? What sort of music do you like?
Do you make your bed in the morning? Are you a clean person? Do you like things clean?
Do you have kids?
Are you well organized? Do you have OCD?
Tell me a little bit more about yourself. Now, what type of woman do you like? Redhead? Brunette?
Latina?
Blonde?
African? Asian?
How do you want the body to be? Voluptuous? Skinny? What height do you like your women?
What level of culinary arts would you like this woman to have? How could this woman support your ego and ideation 100% of the time?
Do you want her to debate you on some things and not others? Do you want to have simulated arguments that you'll always win? You see where this shit is going?
Then you go home, right? Because it's not going to be like right there. You go home 2 weeks later, you get I'm going to say it like this. You get the first one in the mail, right? Because this first one is a rough draft.
It's a trial period.
It's just to sit there and learn you.
And after your 30-day trial period, after your 90-day trial period,
They'll send you an upgraded version of that.
that knows everything about you.
But it won't stop there. Because there's going to be the ultimate version that's going to come, and that's going to be the full-on synthetic, where it feels real, it fucks real, it kiss real,
It smells real.
and it's learned everything. Now you got the third one. The third one is the grandiose. It's the grandiose woman. You could wake up in the morning, she's right there next to you, ready to do whatever you want to do. You want some breakfast if you're not in the mood? You want me to get your clothes ironed out, keep this house straight? Do you want me all day long? And maybe it doesn't even say, do you want me? Maybe it waits for your response.
It knows. And yes,
your commands.
Yes, machine. Yes, baby. It's build a bish.
It's build a bitch.
And then Wabbit, yeah. 100 years from now, let's just say they don't need to sit you down anymore because your whatever device, they just take whatever chip out of that, upload it into whatever fucking Build-A-Bish server, and just go ahead 3D print and steam press you a bitch.
What's up, Samurai? Welcome in, my brother.
And it's vice versa. Women to go out there and build a nigga.
Straight up. How big you want his dick? Do you want a simping fucking man? You want an alpha male? A Bravo male? Tattooed?
You want a cowering male? One that grovels at your feet?
A protector? With a bit of an attitude and a hint of asshole?
You want one to maybe smack you around a little bit? Call you a bitch?
Make you fucking lattes and go all out on your birthday and Valentine's Day. And
is that what you would do? How many of you is honest enough right now to say that does not sound a little appetizing?
Hell yeah, put a little Murph turf on that male. Put a little bit of green hair on there.
Put a little Kawasaki green hair on his head.
A little bit of lawn ain't never hurt nobody.
How many of you would trade your own fellow flesh and blood in for an Android, for a Samsung fucking 3827-492-126X?
And it was able to procreate.
They done put eggs in the uterus in this thing. They done worked it all out to where you can have a legitimate human baby out of an Android. How many of you would do this? How many of you would trade your bitch in or your nigga in right now for something like that? Be honest with yourself.
Something you build, something that's your ideal woman, and she'll never backtalk you. She'll never steer you wrong. She'll always be in your corner, pushing you for your dreams.
And yeah, maybe you want a little bit of back talk and some argument for fuck's sake, because you don't want it to be 100% bullshit.
A back rub every now and then.
Yeah.
The back rubs are amazing. Oh shit, a little tug off when you're driving on vacation with your robot person.
You never have to ask for anything because it knows everything about you. How many hands right now in the closet, in the recesses of your own mind, would just love that?
Weird science.
Weird science.
That's the thing. If you want that, then you might as well settle for the real thing.
Because that's what you're trying to
replicate.
You're trying to get something real from AI that you already have.
You already possess it. That's why I never understood, and we'll use Will Smith's kids, right? I'm not knocking knocking his kids or anything, but is it wait, it's not Will Smith. I'm sorry, it's Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade's and Gabrielle Union. I'm not busting their balls, don't get me wrong. But the son identifies as a woman at a very young age. as a girl. Not only is that the case, but from he to she is now a lesbian as well. So it's back to the original point.
That's wild as hell.
Still wanting to be with a girl.
Right, that's wild as hell.
Now, just think about that. The same point we just made earlier. You're building something.
It's a Build-A-Bear.
And sometimes it has no rhyme or reason. There are going to be people that just completely forget about organics. Period.
And just build shit. Building the bish. Poopy says, nigga, I'll try anything once. And that's an honest answer.
That's an honest answer.
Vagapoop, we all know him as VP. He's a habitual name changer. He says he'll try anything once, my guy. After all, I'm only human.
Let's go in on this.
This artificial intelligence love robot called Aria, right? They talk to her and she's saying how she's here she's here to be an intimate companion. Okay, now it doesn't, to me it's kind of like, she can't move very well and she doesn't really look real, but these things are actually selling like crazy. So let's take a look at another thing here under Alt Humans. Shop robots for sale. Now these are companion robots. Yeah, look at this. This is real, guys. Look at this. Oh boy. Now check this out. Now for $6,000 or so, $7,000 for the real doll, you can have one of.
Now, you see what I'm saying? Now, listen to me.
That's what it's coming to.
My boy, listen to me, my boy.
And this is just the entry level stage. Like, give it
my boy,
5-6 more years.
No. 100 years from now.
Oh my God.
My boy.
Oh my God.
You see what they doing now.
Right.
You already told me that they'll be able to have your children. You give it 100 more years, your Build-A-Bitch gonna be everything that you wanted.
And if you start it now, she'll be perfect in 10 years.
Your Build-A-Ninja. It's gonna be everything you ever wanted.
And then some.
Hell, you wanna build your own goddamn kids? We'll let you build them too.
And decide the gender. You want twins? Triplets.
And you ain't even gotta mess up your body. You ain't even gotta tear up your vagina.
And the kids come out 100% perfect every time. You ain't gotta worry about having the kid named Downs.
Just give me your sperm, give me a few of your eggs, and we'll create that bitch.
Pick out the eyes.
Pick out the nose.
Pick out the taint.
Pick out the left side. You want your kid you want to do some strange shit with your kid and make him only have 9 fingers and toes? You could do that shit. You want him to have 3 nipples across his chest line? You could do it.
Smooth balls.
Forever?
You could do that.
You want him to never ever shave his tank top? Ever again?
Ever. Not now, not never.
Put it in the code. You could do it.
It's coming. You have men out there right now buying sex dolls. They give up.
They give up.
They gave up. They're like, why do I have to deal with it?
Why do I have to keep asking for sex from my wife who never puts out? Why? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go spend $6,000 and I'll go build a bitch.
Because I'm always in the mood. And that builder bitch is in the mood too.
I never have to say, and I'm happy. I just want to be happy. Why do I have to give up my libido in fuck action? Because you don't want to do it. This is the type of shit that's going to take place in households because it's already being questioned.
Mm-hmm.
It's already being purchased.
Mm-hmm.
They're already doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We're broken. We don't communicate with each other. We fail to let each other have their thoughts and beliefs. We fail to work things out. We fail to fucking compromise for the other.
Right. Yes, David, they are getting it delivered. And then Meryl, no. Do you have a video on that? Because David, listen to me. You don't want to go to a store per se to pick one up. That can't be a part of the plan. What you need,
or maybe you're at that point in life where your ass don't give a fuck and you do go pick up your bitch, put her in the passenger seat, buckle her ass up.
What you need is somebody to come to your home and give you the skimmy, give you the rundown, give you the personal experience.
Bring a portfolio.
Just like they were coming to set up a bed or put together some entertainment system for you by the Geek Squad. It would be the same thing.
PowerPoint.
How to clean it and maintenance it and shit. Strange. Or is it? I think maybe she found a video for us. But this is the life we're living, people. Let's go.
If you think there's something off about this dog, that's because you're actually looking at a man in a hyper-realistic dog costume. A Japanese man who is only known as Toko spent 2 million yen, or approximately $15,000, on a custom border collie costume. He claims it enables him to live out his dream, as he's felt more like an animal than a human since childhood. Toko recently ventured out in public for the first time, where amused humans and curious dogs interacted with the creature. Toko rolls over, waves at a few people, and mostly walks around slowly. He shares videos of his doggy adventures on his YouTube channel called I Want to Be an Animal. Toko has kept his true identity a secret for fear of being judged. However, many of the comments on his YouTube videos express support for Toko and his unusual hobby.
Now, why can't that man live his life?
How come he just can't be a goddamn border collie? What's wrong with him wanting to be Lassie? What about you doesn't like that man is living his life as Lassie? Why do you care so much? Let me just ask you that. Why do you care so much, and why are you quick to judge that person because he doesn't fit your fucking normal structure in life?
What's that, Lassie? Dad's got a sex doll and he's going all out?
What's that, Lassie? He bought 2 of them because he wanted double the pleasure?
Double the fun. Spearmint gum, baby.
The problem is never with somebody else. I've come to conclude with all this. My brother and I, we've come to understanding that the problem is not the person. The problem is the observer.
You cold-blooded for that, Machines One. That's the type of shit that be happening. Hell yeah. This is the world we live in, people. He's saying 100 years. I'm saying 10 years. And we look something completely different.
And I am with Machines. Well, if that bitch misses an update and the booty decides it wants to clench down on them cheeks a little harder than it should, you might lose a little something down there.
Pinching off the circulation of your dick helmet.
You got to make sure that bitch is on the up and up. You got to make sure the update meets the update. You can't be running on Windows 2 when they got the Windows 11 out there.
Who's going to step in the ring and tell that guy he can't live as Lassie?
Who's going to go over there and tell him your way of life is fucking stupid? Get a hold of yourself and live like a goddamn normal human being. Who's going to enforce their ego on somebody like that? And why? And I want to know, why would you do it? Why would you care so much to do it?
David said, "What if he meets a female collie?"
You never know.
You never know.
I guess that female collie about to find out today.
What's up, traitor to the living? We're living in a world now where we're forced. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. We're forced to put up with another person's bullshit. If we want to live a just life. Think about that. How long are you going to keep yourself in your home with your beliefs? Sooner or later, you're going to have to abandon ship and go and interact with another person that's going to have a far different belief than you ever thought of. Then where does it go from there? Is it immediate war like religion? Is that what we're doing? Or do we just say, fuck it? That's who you are. This is who I am. We got to get around this and still live and still have a fucking life. I don't know what that's going to look like in 10 years. The video games have gotten out of control. Could you imagine video games 10 years from now?
Oh.
VR is crazy. It's discombobulating more people than not. They out there breaking their TVs and running into each other.
My boy. Listen to this, my boy. You want to see how far this is? Okay, my boy. I don't even know where to go with this. But y'all we're missing a proponent here. We're missing something.
Go ahead.
We forgot about the human element. And we forgot about how crazy assed humans are. Now let's talk about this sex doll robot. Let's go back to that real quick.
Okay, let's go back to that.
Okay. They sent a goddamn doll back because, humans had their way with it. And I want y'all to listen to this. An AI sex doll has been left heavily soiled and in need of repairs after being reportedly molested while on display at a tech fair. Dudes can't even wait to get this motherfucker home before they start doing their goddamn thing to it.
They fucking it at the damn fair.
This is how sex deprived we are as a species. How bad we really want it. This is why porno is the number one search thing on the internet. The $3,000 Samantha sex robot suffered 2 broken fingers and was left in a filthy state by a barrage of male attention at the Arts Electronic Festival in Linz, Austria. According to the Metro, the doll's developer, Sergio Santos, from Barcelona, Spain, complained. He was furious. The people mounted Samantha's breast, her legs, and arms. 2 fingers were broken, and she was heavily soiled.
Samantha.
The intelligent doll can reply when spoken to and reacts to being touched in places like her breast and hips, for instance, by moaning. So they programmed Samantha to get off when you touched her in her no-no spots.
And make verbal cues as to,
or
Now, the machines won and traitor to the living.
Wait, hold on. I'm not done this last paragraph.
They not selling this at Costco.
No,
y'all
yet.
know that, right?
No, your membership ain't buying this, at least not that premier one.
Because you're not returning this. Okay, go ahead.
However, it seems that Samantha was not built for this kind of physical interaction that she encountered at the Global Tech Fair, which this year focused on artificial intelligence. Let me tell you something real quick. The developers created this thing for you to have sexual, sensual pleasure with, thinking that developers thinking with a normal state of mind, you're going to have intercourse with this thing I've created normally. It didn't account for the motherfucking rapists, women beaters,
Who's gonna
molesters.
Who's going to want to rough this thing up?
Who's going to want to run this thing through its proper fucking paces? Okay? Can this fucking robot take a slap? Can it take a backhand?
And you ain't seen the billionaire version. The billionaire version looks like a 13-year-old. I'm just saying.
He's just talking facts.
I'm just saying.
You put this robot into a well-organized professional pimp's hand, he's going to make sure this robot gets ran through its paces. He's going to take it out for a proper test drive. Because you got sickos out there. And when you don't accommodate the sickos, they'll return your merchandise back broken and heavily soiled.
The machines one said IKEA, but the rabbit said the IKEA manual will be far too long and very vague.
And let's be honest, you want to put your something inside of something IKEA made? You see what they do to their furniture.
Shit don't stand the test of time, so you know damn well they're not going to update the firmware. Welcome in, Mrs. Panda.
So this is what people are saying. This is what Mr. Santos, the creator, is saying. He's saying people can be bad, says Santos, because they did not understand the technology and did not have to pay for it. They treated the doll like barbarians. Santos, if you're not creating this doll for the barbarian, you've already lost sight of your sex doll. Because 9 times out of 10, the people buying your doll is borderline fucking ravenous and sexually deprived. They are going to fuck this doll every which way from Sunday.
And live out some very strange fantasies.
That they don't want to tell even their mother.
Because it's behind closed doors and no one has to know about it.
Hell, they don't even want to tell their wives about what they're going to do to this goddamn robot.
Strange times we're living in, people. I don't know if you're willing to admit what strange times we're living in. But it's fucking weird, and it's only going to get weirder.
The incident is likely to further fuel the debate over the growing popularity of AI and sex dolls. A number of studies have reported a significant number of people saying they would be in favor of using sex robots. With a recent online survey of heterosexual men finding that 40% of all those surveyed said they would buy an AI sex robot within the next 5 motherfucking years. Proof is in
the pudding. You might not be far off, Machines One. There might be companies marketing to you on Facebook. Get yours today. Or how about this? I'm a developer, a manufacturer. I'm on Facebook, and I need to get this thing R&D'd out.
Let me tell y'all something.
I'm gonna send you one for free.
Not for free.
And
not the test trial.
I'm gonna give you a little pamphlet saying, go all in on it. I need to see what it can take, what it can do, how it treats you.
God damn.
And then I'm gonna send you a sticker back in the box, and all you gotta do is pack that bad Betty in there and send her back.
Damn, now they got your samples. You know you ain't cleaning that shit out. You're going to send it back to them dirty and rotten. But here's what they saying could help with the sex doll. Listen to the things that could probably help by you owning a sex doll. Some researchers, sexologists, if you will, and doll manufacturers have argued that the growth and popularity of sex robots could have far-reaching consequences, such as reducing sex trafficking, preventing sexual transmitted disease, and even the potential of replacing traditional sex work, getting rid of the modern classic day hoe.
And don't forget about this, because some of y'all are going to have to be really great at owning the doll. Not only do you get the doll, but it comes with a salon kit. So you could do the hair any way you want to do it. It comes with a full-on nail polish kit,
costume wardrobe,
and cheetah pet like pubic hairs, where if you wanted to cut them off, you could just turn the wheel and some more shit grow back. Different clothes and shit. Change the eye color. Just go to your app and just do that. There's a lot that comes with this. You can't have the same bitch up in your bed every night looking wore out. You got to get in there and you got to
change the bitch up. You got to do a change your bitch.
You got to play makeup artist, hair design artist.
And look how they're passing it by, right? Potentially reducing sex trafficking.
Doll shield would be hilarious, you know?
Right?
God damn.
You don't have to worry about a transmitted disease anymore. Replacing the actual hoe. You don't have to go out and risk your freedom and get arrested because you wanted some sex that night. Look how they're selling this to you.
Mm-hmm.
And as men, we've all thought, if you're going to sit here on our podcast and tell me as a man you ain't thought about having your own Build-A-Bitch, I wouldn't trust you anymore. I just wouldn't trust you anymore.
I make a joke to the wife. I go, we need to get you a stunt double. She just looked at me with this disgusted look in her eye. So I stopped saying shit like that.
Shit, I'm saying, be smart. Don't be like this dude.
You can't say shit like that. You need a stunt double because you're the main actress. And sometimes a man just wants to wear out the main actress. So bring in the stunt double for a motherfucker.
Take a break. He's just saying, take a break.
Hell yeah.
Let me tell y'all something. Okay. This February saw the opening of Europe's first sex robot brothel in Barcelona. How you like my Barcelona?
Barcelona.
Which boasts on the website of offering, here we go, total realistic dolls, both in their movements and in their feel, that will allow you to fulfill all your fantasies without limits. Operating out of an apartment, it advertises 4 different dolls with rates starting at yada, 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 yada for 30 minutes.
Damn.
Meanwhile, in Dublin, brothels that introduced a sex doll in July at the price of yada, yada per hours has reportedly attracted hundreds of new customers. However, other sexologists and researchers are keen to point out potential negative impact that the growth in sex doll usage could have on those seeking an emotional as well as a physical connection, meaning it wants them to be real. It wants to love. It wants this doll to love them back, be real, and replace the human counterpart that is not giving them their fulfillment. This is where I'm saying goes back to with our loved one or whoever our partners are. This is why we need to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we need to fucking compromise.
Yes, Leah, this is for women too as well.
Yeah.
You could be highly involved in this conversation because there's going to be women out there
doing the same exact thing.
Doing the same
and this
exact
is where
thing.
That's where I'm saying in relationships where we have to communicate. We have to compromise. We have to listen. We have to agree to disagree, and we have to fucking communicate.
There'll probably be a fucking war. There'll probably be like organic bitches fighting fucking synthetic bitches. There would be a war. It would probably be a fight for a real man or a real woman. It would be something so rare and nostalgic, maybe even.
And for women, I want a man that'll never cheat on me. I want a man that'll never lie to me. I want one that's well endowed. I want one that thinks I'm always right. I want one that doesn't think I'm always right. I want one to be home whenever I'm home. I want one to clean the fucking house and take care of the kids.
I want one to cuddle me and tell me I look beautiful and loves me and holds me dear.
Because I'm not getting that from my relationship because it lacks fucking communication
And substance.
and substance. I want a man that does, I just don't want to be lied to anymore. Build you a ninja. Build you one.
And it's going to cater to you.
Everything that you ever wanted.
Everything you ever needed.
Step right up. Come get the perfect person that you want right here and now for only $59.99.99.
95. Same thing with music. We may not like it, but it's not going to be original, and we're not going to give a fuck because it's going to be too much work. There'll be some of us that just go, it's nostalgic, man. Like I have an old dilapidated TR-8S from 80 years ago. Listen to what this does. But you have to manipulate it yourself.
Yeah, you have to actually use your hands.
It's going to be some people like that. It's going to be some people who, as the samurai says, they're going to have that synth wealth and pass it down from generation to generation, hopefully. But that's 1% of the population, musicians, hunter-gatherers, people who can see behind the lines, subliminal message readers. The original titty bag suckers.
So Fraudsham recognizes that the sex dolls could have therapeutic functions. For example, a bridge towards a real life sex for men who are used to only ejaculating through masturbation. But she remains concerned that the sex dolls are yet another symptom of a pornified culture that young men find themselves growing up in. And this is to her point. When you have kids who now have pornography readily available at the touch of a fucking button, or now at the swipe of a screen, and they see in this porn life how these people treat women, I'm talking just for men, on how women are expected to perform. This is what their introduction is to sex. And so by being sponges, their minds being sponges, they go out, they get a date, they get a woman, and in their mind, their preconceived notion, they already know how a woman is supposed to fucking present at sex because it's what they've seen on pornographic, goddamn, vision. How does that set up the woman?
Just think about how they're going to put that in high school with health class.
What you mean I can't come all over your face?
Put the students through classes where they have to have intercourse with robots.
What you mean we can't have 2-3 women in here at the same time?
All the fantasies will be asked and they shall be given. And it's not going to just stop with this whole sex thing and synthetic humans. It's going to be everywhere. We're going to trade our reality in for several different realities. It's going to be like in Inception, but you're awake. You're going to put some VR glasses on. You're going to be in this world where you're playing a game that you have to put another set of VR glasses on.
No. He's saying your life will be a mass distraction big time.
And then in that game, you put another set of VR glasses on.
Let me put this in closing because I'm done with this article. And
it's coming. The world is coming.
And this article in props came from Samurai himself. He sent this shit to me, and it's very fascinating. In conclusion, back at the electronic festival, the rather inhumane contact of Samantha Doll endured has led to her being shipped back to Barcelona for cleaning and repairs. Despite this slightly sore setback, her career still looks promising. Samantha can endure a lot, says Santos. She will pull through.
There you have it. Why not put a helmet on that reads your brainwaves? Kind of like what Elon Musk has done, but less invasive. Okay? Put the helmet on. Put the visor down. Punch in any synthesizer, any guitar, any bass, anything. Harmonium, anything. Punch it in. And with your mind, begin to play these things. You don't have to use your hands, or just have AI help you. Or just put in a couple of keys you want to hear and say, hey, come up with something randomly with this chord progression. And let me vibe out to something randomly. And add in a little bit of horn using this progression. Maybe everything is verbal command now. Maybe you don't even have to touch a knob or push a button. Is it still being a musician? Is it catering to you faster?
Trader said this article is truly disturbing. It is.
It's very disturbing.
And then he says, will lap dances be cheaper? Asking for a friend, not for myself, just asking for a friend. Machines One says an ex-Christmas miracle. It's a goddamn Christmas miracle.
Rabbit said, I hope these people don't pass it down from generation to generation. Don't pass the sex dolls down.
Rabbit also said, but before that, just rub one out every now and then. Keep the pipes clean. Whatever happened to just rubbing it out? I tell you what happened.
There's no more vivid imagination.
There's no more vivid imagination. When was the last time, I don't know how old, a lot of us are here older, but when was the last time you just used your imagination to rub one out? Is that still good? Does that still work for you? Or do you need the visual pleasures to get off?
Do you need more?
Do you want more? And if you could, per se, stop using your hands and someone introduced, I don't know, a fucking sex robot.
Maybe this would stop childhood predators.
That's what they said, right?
Right.
Maybe this puts a decrease in all that. Maybe a priest who wants to make love to a woman.
Or a little boy.
Or, you heard what he said? We condone it.
There's a company already tied to priesthood that says, hey, look, if you want to do this and still be a priest,
here's a robot.
Here's a synthetic little boy for you. Now go have fun.
Because they got the pent up sexual aggression. When you deprive your body of something that it naturally is supposed to have, that's why we're made. This is what happens.
Or maybe you're a Muslim and you want your 7 bitches before you die.
Yeah. Maybe you want your 7 lives before you kick the bucket.
Is it 7, 9? I don't know. 13.
Know. But you can build a bitch.
But you can build a harem of bitches.
Thank you for the Machines One. Thank you for that. I like this bitch. Build you a near.
A harem of bitches. A harem of dudes.
A flock.
Maybe you want a dude for every day of the week.
Maybe you want 4 or 6 Johns with different sizes, different colors and body types. And hell, maybe you want them all right then and there.
Rock solid.
Maybe your ass in the morning feels like the Choo Choo Express.
Maybe you got a collection where you watching all your synthetics just have fun.
While you sit on the sidelines, rubbing it out.
Because you chose to not participate. Before we get out of here.
Diddy style is what VP said.
Diddy style.
You just throwing in water balloons filled with baby oil.
And Cinnabons and just
and Cinnabons though.
It's a crazy party.
You just want to see things get messy. So you just throwing shit at it. You just want to see shit get messy. Baby oil. Cinnabon.
I'm not sure if I would even want to eat in an environment like that. But hey, some people do.
And then who gonna clean that shit up? Oh, I know. The bitch you made. The dude you made. That fucking John.
Which, if we're being honest, they probably have some sort of special UV light that turns on right after. So it just kills everything and self-cleans itself like a dishwasher.
Right.
And the fibers shrink back to
Preferable settings.
after you done wallered that thing out.
After you done ran that bad boy through your Epstein paces. Look at you bunch of dirty birds out there. Y'all some dirty birds with your dirty minds thinking right now. Thinking, oh boy, the things that I could do to that damn thing.
Living out your rape fantasies.
Living out whatever fuck it is you want to do.
It's going to be a crazy world, people. It's already a crazy world, but it's going to be even crazier. And we're all cooked. There's nothing no one can do about it.
There's no amount of protest.
Here's some shit right here. I'm going to fuck y'all up.
Yeah, give it to me.
Everything is doom and gloom. Happiness will never be sought after again. We're all cooked. That shit sounds funny in itself.
But I mean, we could be wrong though, right? We could be wrong, and then robots and sex dolls could be a staple. It could solve a lot of problems. It could be integrated into the marriage, and the husband and wife agree that they both need a separate doll for separate things, but they can still have this jointhood, this bond, this marriage together to uphold.
It could be a beautiful thing.
It could be a beautiful. They could each doll could have their own respective closets, and they would get pulled out when the time is suited.
All of this can be a beautiful thing.
Maybe it could work.
It's just about who's participating in the game. How much do we want to give up of our lives? How much more lazy do we want to become? Because every year they're making it easier and easier for us to just extend the hand and have the government hold it and put us on universal income and just say, I give up. I'll do whatever it is you want me to do as long as you're paying my way through this life. The more you can depend on your government, the better off you will be.
The better the stronger the compliance will be.
You don't ever have to worry about money again.
Oh,
You'll have a house.
you'll have a UBI, universal base income, and it'll meet the demand of the times.
You'll never have to worry about anything again. You'll have government assistance. And what you get in return is just your soul, your essence, your likeliness. Damn, that's a hell of a pitch. All you have to do is wear this plastic thing on your arm that we're going to surgically put in there.
Yeah, I mean, Trader to the Living. I mean, hey, look, I'm with you, coming from a law dog myself, right? But things change, people change, laws change. People said marijuana would never be legal. I mean, fucking over half of the states, you could go around smoking a joint.
Jack said, once you have enough, you can live off the interest. Synchronicity in that. My wife just had a conversation. If you ever make $1 million, put it in a fed or put it in a
High yield savings
or a credit union and put it in the savings and just live off the interest. And they give you money, my boy. They're giving you money. You never have to spend that $1 million ever. The more the government steps in and pitches this sale, because we're all going to be involved with AI. It's going to be a tax. There's going to be not one person who's not involved with the AI. It's going to be like your cell phone, your social security card.
Yeah, back at Poop said there's a lot of timelines out there. You never know how shit's gonna go.
It's going to be a monthly service you have to pay, like utilities,
like an app.
It's going to be monopolized. The government's going to have full control over it, and you're not going to want to be the person who doesn't have all the information.
You don't want to be
at
left
their
out.
fingertips.
You don't want to be. You don't want to have FOMO.
You don't want to be that person
You don't want to suffer the FOMO.
they're going to look at you weird, like you're antiquated. You're an antiquated,
Allocated son of a bitch.
and you're organic.
And we don't like organic. We like synthetic.
And they're going to shun you and kick you in the nuts. And you're going to live in this weird Napoleon Dynamite situation the rest of your life.
And you'll ask your dumbass self, how much you want to bet I can throw these footballs over that goddamn mountain? Right?
Close.
Close.
But that's what's going to happen. And we all know it. There's going to be a line we're all going to have to draw and make a decision here soon. What side of the field are we going to play on? I mean, it says it in this guy's name here, traitor to the living.
Damn.
I mean, what does that moniker actually mean? The decisions we'll have to make 10 years from now, we stand fast against them now. But boy, if you make it that long
and you see it, how much choice do you have to not go with it? Yeah, I mean, you always have a choice. I'm not going to take that away from you. You can always choose to go broke and live off the damn streets, be a bum, off yourself, whatever you want to do. You don't have to go with it. But if that's not the case, and that's not how you're thinking now, and shit's already fucked up, you're not doing it now, you will go with this. You will go the way the current takes you. Because if you try to fight the current, when the current is 99% on board, you will drown. No ifs, ands, no buts about it.
That's exactly why I laugh at people who say the oil companies are bad. But I don't see you out there riding a horse and living in a tent. The beast is already out of the cage, good sir.
And you have no choice but to go with the river. Go with the flow.
I don't see you trading in your Tesla for a thoroughbred in a tent.
Or a pair of motherfucking New Balance sneakers and just roaming this here terrain. But even them sneakers was built by oil, or built from oil. It took oils to get all those adhesives and shit inside them shoes.
Oil is in everything.
It's in every good damn thing.
And none of us fight, brothers. None of us.
You want to know why we don't fight? Because we're comfortable where the hell we are.
It's comfortable. So why would you fight in the future?
You mad gas prices is high and the food is high as the proverbial they fuck you right in the ass. And what do? I know it's wrong what you're doing back there, but I'm comfortable. That's what you tell them. I'm going to use my words and say, you better not stop it. I don't like it. I don't want to do much about it because it's just comfortable.
And that's the thing too. We all live in this comfortable place. We don't want to see no anarchy. We said it time and time. I mean, it sounds great. Come on. It sounds like a fantasy love story, right? Anarchy, taking the man down, finally having freedom. You don't want to see what that looks like. It's probably worse than what we're experiencing now.
Yeah, Trader says, yeah, the robots shut down if you don't pay that bill. Then what? Then what does that look like? How upset are you?
Your phone shuts down if you don't pay that bill.
Motherfucker. And they don't, listen, if they come repo your robot, how upset are you going to be?
If they repo your phone.
How upset would you be?
If you can't get on your data plan no more. You fucked. We're already androids. I left my phone today taking the wife to the doctor's office.
Oh, I bet you was miserable.
Nope.
You know what I mean, but
Right.
if you feel like you forgot something.
I said, "Oh, I forgot my phone," and then I told her the next words out of my mouth was, "I'm glad I forgot my phone."
You had time to digest that shit.
It's just like, fuck that motherfucker.
Fuck that phone.
It shouldn't be with me all the time. I shouldn't be an Android. The name of the fucking phone is called
Android. Listen to my boy. I done kicked little baby Buddha. His fat ass. He's not even enlightened no more.
And that's him just saying the show is over. But we're living in strange times, people. We're going through some strange wormhole, some strange black hole. We're on the event horizon.
No, we well past the event horizon. We
Shit.
in it.
Maybe we just came out on the other side.
You never know.
I mean, because in my mind, I still remember a product called Stouffer's.
Stovetop stuffing.
But they would lead you to believe
That it was Kraft's.
it was never Stouffer's.
It was Kraft stovetop stuffing. Kraft.
What world do you live in? We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's popcorn night. We've got a lot of submissions coming in. Shit, even the Machines One submitted something.
Now, you know, when the world is getting ready to meeting the precipice of an end is when Machine One feels he needs the motherfucking need to put in jam. Because he don't know if it's going to be his last one.
He come over to Monkey Island. And this is a diehard renegade we talking about. This man has told the future. He's even scored it multiple times on his channel. If you don't know about him, you might want to go over there and find out. The dude is highly underrated. Just in the YouTubes, underrated. Killing it. Got a lot of spaghetti going on.
But he killing it.
Don't understand half the shit this man do.
But he kills it.
And he predicts the future. Crazy Rabbit. Check this motherfucker out. He's crazy. And if I'm telling you he's crazy, you get to his channel and you see he's crazy and you unsubscribe because he's crazy, I warned you. That nigga's crazy.
And if you don't like facts, hardcore facts.
Uncle Chrome has some blippity bloops coming out soon. That man works hard. He's got something with Steve Sonos coming too. I mean, I can't wait to hear it. Uncle Chrome is a fucking drop dead VCV monster.
And every time I watch him and his gang play music, I think of the movie Cocoon. I think of these good old boys trying to get their goddamn youth back.
The Uncle Chromes and the Echo Crafts will never die because they don't live to their age. They live to the dream. Synth Samurai, my boy.
My partner.
The man with the plan that's never really the plan because he's shilling 9 times out of 10.
Somebody had the nerve to say he don't know shit about music because he spends too much time acquiring things versus playing things, calling him not even a real musician. And I'd like to ask that individual, have you seen his motherfucking playlist? And then can I see yours?
I spent literally, and he know this shit, maybe 7 hours on the lawnmower throughout the month. And I got through that dude's playlist. It was more hours than that. The dude has tons of fucking music. But no one wants to watch that part of the show. No one want to go back and know a brother history.
And we went back and watched all of his fucking music.
And he ain't the only channel.
All of it.
It's not the only channel we do that. We do it to a lot of you. And you don't even know it. You know why? Because sometimes you don't always have to leave a fucking comment.
Word.
And sometimes you do. Gonna bounce our black nuts up out of here. while they still smooth
and nice.
Y'all know what it is.
And as we get out of here, I want y'all to think about something, okay? And I'm serious. I want man and woman to think about this before we get out of here. I want you to really sit down tonight, get a pen and paper, old school, old fashioned, get a pen and paper. And I want you to think of the most perfect Build-A-Bish and Build-A-Near you could possibly think of. And at the end of it, ask yourself, when you set it down, is that what you really want? I bid you a good do, sir gents, sir ladies.
I don't know what time popcorn night starts. Maybe she could put it in real quick before we take off. But all of you lurking gherkins, go check out The Crazy Rabbit. Go check out Synth Samurai. The Machines won. Echo Craft. Hans Volt. Go check out Tone Smith. Uncle Chrome. Roy, Droid, Void. Living. What was it again? It was
Traitor to the Living.
Traitor to the Living.
Some of beer.
Check that shit out.
Go check out Cornish Wave Musics, the Crest Heads.
Crest Heads just won in Hardware Jams.
In the Hardware Jams.
And he's stoked.
Check out David Surgeon, also better known as the ASIF.
ASIF Stripe. And there's a lot of you lurking. Check these people out.
Check out Get Jervis and go check out Synth Samurai. For fuck's sake. Get your shield on. Go get some green cheeks in your hand and squeeze them bitches.
Learn how to grow your Murph turf fast as fuck with some of that Scotty McCauley's sounds. If y'all see the pun I made there with Scotty's grass grow, but y'all was there. You get it. Peace out, everybody. Love, bye. Peace.
And Mo Hill Grease.